So I'm doing well.
Yeah,
And
you're not all groggy today.
no. I Christ, I got to be on the tip of my toes right now
Right.
with the crowd I'm going to be dealing with.
Hey, you were a little groggy the other day.
Well, you know what? They gave me two giant Percocets, and oh my God, that just knocked me out. Like you wouldn't believe. So, but it didn't take me long to get back to it, and you know, just trying to finish up all the paperwork, and there's a ton of it to get done. Um,
When's your official last day?
Tomorrow.
Okay. And then you're gonna meet Casey in there, or no? You don't need to do that.
Bruce is going to stop by.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. Yeah, so whatever. I mean, it's going to really be weird not to have, um, to do that. But hey, we'll go from there, and
Are
life's good.
you you're walking on it and
Oh
everything,
yeah,
right?
yeah. I never even had to use crutches. This time was much easier than the last time. The last time, man, it was brutal, and they, in addition to doing a bunion, they ground off an inch and a half or inch and a quarter of arthritis. Now that hurt.
Yeah, that comes back though, right?
Arthritis?
Yeah, I mean
Yeah,
I've had that. Like they took it out of my shoulder, but
yeah, but I'm doing good. I'm really doing good, and I'm loving it. You know, so it's good to be. We can start. Hey, can you see me? I don't know if this camera's working. I don't think it is. It
no,
is.
it's not.
All right.
What do you? All I see is your. Do you got your camera turned on?
Well, I don't have my work computers. It's an external
Oh,
Logitech, so I can give it a try here and see what we get. And so yeah, I'm excited about retirement. And
I think I like these balloons better.
I feel incredibly lucky though that to work there as long as I have and making the money I made. And
Yeah, how many years were you here?
21,
And what year did you start?
2000. John Salitros and I started the same day.
Okay, give a little bit of history. So 21 years.
Hang on one second.
And how long were you at the city?
My going away party. Okay.
And how long were you at the city?
I was at the city for 5 years. 2.5 were um, or 5 years. 1.5 years of that was as a city employee.
Hey, Joe.
Hi, Jim.
Looking good.
Thank you.
Get younger all the time.
That's right. Yes. When you retire, you just get younger. Yes, that's true.
So how do you
What
like
do we?
being
Why
retired,
do we
Joe?
have bubbles or balloons behind you?
Well, cause it's a celebration.
Okay, that's true. That's good. Yes.
I
Well,
got to
thanks,
say, it's a
Joe.
little weird seeing the guest by Joe's name.
Oh, the hardest working man in computers.
So what do I do here? Let's see it. Okay,
We can see you. You can see us, can't you, Joe?
I can see you. Let's see it.
Yeah, no one else is on camera. They're all kind of shy.
Oh, okay. That's fair enough. Then it's understandable.
Brad can't figure out how to get his working. He needs an
Okay.
IT guy.
Okay. Well, you forget how to do things. It's very quickly when you retire, Brad. Let me tell you.
Well, hey, what have you been up to? You've been
I've been fishing and watching grandkids and going to baseball games.
right down your alley, man.
Yep, exactly.
Well, good. And no interest in coming back as a part-time guy?
No, none. Well, I'd fail miserably. I don't think I could do it anymore.
You should see some of the cats they're hiring. Holy cow, these guys are good.
I'll bet they are.
can't remember the guy that's in your cube. He already had like Visual Studio up there. He had the best terminal programs. He had all kinds of stuff out there. So it was pretty impressive on what he was doing. So.
All right. There's John.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, Johnny,
Hello.
we were just up in your neck of the woods. You live in Huggo, right?
Hugo, or more like
Or
Scandia.
Hoggle.
My
Hugo and I go bumbling.
my cousin-in-law has just bought a house up on Centerville Lake.
Okay.
Boy, is that a nice little spot. And I can ride
It
my
is.
bike up there. When my foot's good, I can start riding again and all that
Not
stuff.
another foot injury.
It was the other foot this time, Joe.
Okay. Well, that's the. That's what. Well, when I was ice fishing with Bruce, and then who's the tech, or not the installer, or the wiring guy who hurt his foot up in Grand Marais.
Lutzka?
No,
Huh?
Lutzka was with
Chris?
me when it happened, but
Chris, Bemidji Chris.
no, he works down here. And, oh God, why can't I remember his name? Likes to hunt, has a bunch of dogs. Doesn't help, does it?
It does, but now I'm having a senior moment and he's my employee. Someone help us out.
Well, you got so many of them that.
Yeah.
Brian
he was-
Askin
Yeah, that's it.
likes to hunt, lots of dogs, got it.
Well, I was waiting for someone. I was going to say Brian, then I figured I'd botch it and he'd be on the call. Guy can't even remember boss can't even remember his name.
I've never even heard of them.
Oh, Brian's been in the division for years.
You know,
I've never talked to them.
why you see you be like my son Ed. He's never ever met his boss in person.
Because he started this job while in the COVID stage, or
Yep.
or
He's
even
been working
before
from
that?
home all the time, and so he's never ever seen his boss in person.
Hey, Joe Sandberg, we gonna go watch Randy Dobnak pitch for the Saints now?
Yes, we'll do that. Yes.
So, Brad, do you remember day one when you and I started?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, we both walked the tunnels and went down to security.
Yes.
Hi, guys.
Hey, Jan. Yeah, your camera's just a little. All we see is the top of your
Just
head.
eyeballs.
Okay, so
You were
Like
close.
that?
First.
Now you went to
Now
the
we see
ceiling.
pictures. Yes.
There.
Oh, too far.
That's a little higher.
No, that's not, eyes up.
Right
Eyes up.
there.
There we go.
right there. Okay,
That's-
I see ya.
That's. I
Hey,
should-
Brad, do you remember the meeting that we had with Kevin Solapsky when I was yelling at him?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
he started yelling at me.
Who didn't yell at him?
Well, he went on vacation and he gave somebody my number that in case they needed some circuit help to call me, which I have no idea what was going on. And then I got mad at him, and Brad got in my face and said, "You can't talk to him like that." And I told him, I said, "You don't understand."
Well, you know what though? I didn't know what to do at the time, and I thought, holy shit, this Litros guy, he must not be eating his meals. He's bodybuilding again.
You thought he was all roided out, huh?
No, he was clean. He was clean. Hey, can you see me now on the screen? It's
No.
I can see myself, but I can't see. That's these high quality
It
lines.
just says Brad shrunk.
Okay.
Can you
I
see
see
me?
Jim.
I could see John and Jim.
Can you see Joe Braun?
Yes, we
Yeah,
can
I
see
got-
you, Joe.
Yep. Absolutely.
Brad, there's a little camera up in the top where you might have to turn the camera on.
Well, I just
Hi,
did it. Is it on?
Hi,
now?
Joe.
Hi,
Hello,
Jan.
Jan.
Is there
Hi.
a line through it?
Hi, Joe.
Yeah, I got it plugged in. I mean, it should be
No,
working.
no, top corner next to the mic. Did you click on that little camera icon?
Yeah, I did. And it,
And there's
Oh,
no
my.
line through it.
Click the red button with the phone on it that says leave.
Now let's get this. Let's open a service desk ticket.
Yes, I think so.
Bite your tongue.
I
Sounds like
think
a
so.
firewall problem to me.
Yeah, probably.
Dave, so help me physics. I'll come find you.
Probably the
Hi,
automation.
James.
It's probably the automation team.
Hi, Jan.
Hey, you just give me a couple months, I'll write something up to help this issue.
Right.
Make sure it's in Python.
Well, we're gonna give people a little bit.
So Joe, are
Joe,
you
they just sent Dobnak down to AAA. Do you want to go watch the Saints play so we can watch them pitch?
Yeah, Brad, you got another picture up now with your camera with the line through it. And then I don't know if you got a sickle up there or what the heck that is.
I'm just, let me see what I can do here. I'm just digging around. Oh, and
We want
John,
Yes.
when we were in that little argument, I thought, what the hell am I hassling this guy for?
It was funny though. It was just bad timing. I mean,
Yeah.
it wasn't a good show and tell, but I was just upset with what he did. I hate being
Oh, I didn't know the
stuck with
particulars
something
of
and not
that.
knowing. If anybody knows anything about me, I like to be prepared before I talk to anybody, or at least tell me what the rules are.
I'll tell you one thing. I'd hate to see you get into martial arts or pickleball. You'd run the whole thing.
That's a whole different.
So Jim, I thought about coming on like this and seeing if anybody could guess who it was.
we would have guessed, right?
We would have known.
Ah.
Hey, Brad, is your auto hotkey working right to get that video working?
Yeah, maybe that's the problem.
Well, I'm working on it. I tell you what, it saved me so much time over the years. I just couldn't believe it.
Jason, what city are you in? As we look out the back, there's buildings and not Chicago, is it?
Jonathan has a fake background. That's all that is.
Oh, okay.
That's one of the stage backgrounds. Yeah. I'm still in Savage.
Okay. All right.
They've been building heavily in Savage.
Yeah. Yeah.
John, did you get out this morning?
I did not. You saw my message, right?
Yep, I did.
Friday.
I'm working on that.
All right, work on that.
Hey, Johnny, up in Forest Lake, I joined a golf league, and I did. Good. I did real good for my handicap. I got it way up there.
Where'd you go? Did you go to the city course or
Castle? Something?
Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Have you ever eaten at the restaurant?
No. Yes, I have.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a rather. They have higher end food there.
Oh, good.
So,
well,
Pat Hins, are you in a treehouse?
No, I'm in my back porch.
Okay.
You look, there's Pat.
Hi.
That looks pretty damn relaxing.
It is. Nice day out.
You look younger since you retired. It must be all that stress you got off of you when you didn't have to hang out with me anymore.
That must be, yes.
Well, they're still joining, so we'll give it till at least another 6 minutes before we start our presentation. So you guys keep up with the small talk.
So Pat, give us a little update, and Jan, the other retirees, I'd like to kind of give Brad an idea what he has coming for him. Joe, you too.
Well, Brad, I'm going to say that it's different, and it's because of COVID, because I thought I'd be going to more baseball games and basketball games, hockey games. That's what I thought I'd be doing, and I haven't been. So, but other than that, I've been fishing every once in a while, so it's good. There's nothing wrong with it. Much as I fought it there at the end. But.
Well, yeah, and you did fight it, man. You loved it. That's why I called you Iron Joe.
We never got to go to Russia, and it looks like we won't. So we're planning a different trip through Europe.
Cool.
That'll be fun.
It should be. It's it's the same trip we took 5 years ago. But some of the people going with us weren't there, so we'll be able to show them. And there's some things we missed.
Yeah.
How about you, Jan?
Retirement's good. Be prepared if you, because you're no longer working, you get to go and help family members who are ill. I'm in New Jersey because my brother my brother had heart surgery, and my mom lives with my brother now, so I came out to help with her and with him. And he's had a few issues, and that I was only going to be here for, if they thought originally like 3 weeks. Well, now I'm staying till at least Memorial Day and possibly longer, because he's had a few issues. His heartbeat has been in the 40s, and that's not good. We now have a portable EKG machine that he runs off of his iPhone, and my mom seems to be getting a little worse. And that. So, yeah, she forgot my youngest grandson, and she'd seen a picture of him like an hour before, and that, yeah. So we'll see.
That's what happens when you get old. You get to meet a lot of new people every few minutes.
Yeah.
Never hear the same joke twice.
That's right. But on a good note, my husband is retiring next week, so we'll be able to start doing some stuff together once I finally get home. And we are going to go fishing in the Boundary Waters. So
every birthday card is fun all over again.
That's right.
Hey, do me a favor. Can you record this too?
I can't. I don't know how to do that.
John Hines, is that a San Diego hat?
Yeah, I can turn on recording.
Okay.
The San Diego hat.
SD, ain't it? Or that's you, right?
Are you talking to me?
No, I'm Jay.
Oh no, I'm talking.
This?
Yes, I'm sorry, talking to the guy with the San Diego hat. Yes.
Yeah, it's funny. I've never actually seen the Padres play, but I love San Diego. And the one time I was there, like 7 years ago, I was on the beach, and there was all this seaweed, and there was stuff in the seaweed, and one of the things was this hat, and it's like a it's
a free hat.
He was talking to you, reaching out to you.
Yeah, it came to me. The ocean brought me this hat. I rescued it.
There we go. Okay. That's when Greg Heinz and I went ice fishing once. He got a set of sunglasses somebody left on the ice.
Yeah.
Well, one thing that we did 2 weeks ago, we went down to Florida to visit my brother-in-law at the Villages. Holy cow! It's a Disney World for retirees. It's got everything, and we might end up buying a property and spend the winters down there.
Oh, thanks.
One of those gated communities.
What's that?
What?
Yeah, Jim, it's a gated community. That is correct.
Are they locking you in or trying to lock people out? Is that
a little bit of both?
It's like locking gators out.
It's right next to Largo or whatever that Donald Trump's place is.
Well, it was really fun. I got pulled over by a deputy on a golf cart. I was in the turn lane because it said go here, so I did on the phone map, and I discovered, of course, I was on a county road, which is illegal. And I look in my rearview mirror, you got a deputy right there. So he follows me over, turns on the lights. He said, "Do you know what you're doing?" I go, "No." He pulled me out of there and just beat the hell out of me.
You must have. You didn't have a air freshener hanging from your mirror, did you? Is that what?
No. And then the other thing, we're down there and getting my butt kicked by an 85-year-old playing pickleball.
That'll happen.
Yeah.
Be prepared for that.
Well, I would say we've assembled quite a crowd here, so maybe we'll just get started. First of all, just start with a thank you, Brad. I mean, 21 years of service, started in 2000, had 5 years of service at the city. Brad and I go back a long ways. We met originally at the city of Minneapolis. Brad, you've helped out a lot of people. You were always customer focused. He always told me the number one thing is selling. If you're not selling, then you're not in the game. So, had a lot of folks reach out to me over the years to say what great lengths you went to help them. We got some pictures of some of that later, but yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you were a steady, especially in this COVID period. I don't know if Anita or Miguel are on here. You cranked out more Meraki Soho routers than anyone. You were the champ of getting those things ready, and you worked with customers to make sure that they got up and running. And I can't thank you enough. You just truly from the bottom of my heart. You've been a steady force. So I tell a story here just so you kind of understand Brad. Brad's always looking out for someone else, right? So I'm at work. He shows up. He tells me he evidently had an interview with Russ Cox and Craig Finseth earlier in the day. And at that time, I knew neither one of those fellows. He shows up at the city and he tells me he got a job interview for me. And I'm like, I didn't know I was looking for a job. He goes, yeah, you have it. And I think he even had it set up for like 4:00 the next day. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm interested in a job. He goes, no, you're going to want this job. So then he tells me about that he went to an interview, and some of you don't know these two fellows, but Brad's about 5 minutes into the interview, and he goes, hey, we just need to stop right here. You got the wrong guy. And he said he left them dumbfounded, and then he goes on to say, but I know the guy you need. I got the right guy for you. And then HR was probably more lax back then because they said, well, this is our list. We can't add someone. And Brad says, oh, no, I think you better add one more guy to the list. So he gets me the interview. I got the job. And then subsequently, years later, I was able to return the favor and we got Brad into the state.
Well, I'm really appreciative of that. But there's one thing that I said to Russ Cox. He goes, well, we're not taking any more apps. I said, well, really? I said, what would you say with the guy that had a 3-year project and $3 million, did it in 6 months, and he did the whole thing for $650 grand. His crew loves him, and everybody else loves him. You got 5 minutes for him? And he looked at me and goes, yeah. That was one of the. I just couldn't even have thought of anybody else that would have fit this job better than Jim Johnson.
Well, I appreciate that you got me here, and it certainly has worked well for me. I enjoy the state, and I think you've enjoyed the state. There's a couple certificates that we'll get you at a later date. I kind of explained in the last one of these we did that the governor actually hand signs them, and he's about a year behind. So yeah, I figured it was just a rubber stamp signature, but he actually requires himself to sign them. So we'll get a couple of those certificates out to you. And then did you get the card we sent to you, the virtual card?
No.
Okay, I'll make sure you get that. You didn't get it?
Well, I don't know how to find. Is it in the email?
It went to your personal email.
Let me look.
Went to your personal email.
You never read your.
Oh, yeah. My wife goes, you've been down here all day already. What are you doing? No.
All right. Well,
did you send it to Brad Shrunk at Outlook.com?
Well, I'll follow up. We'll get it to you. But basically, it's a virtual card that a bunch of us sign. So I'll make sure I get that to you. And then later in the week, we'll hook up. I got all of us here got you something as well. So we'll get you that. I'll probably just drive over to your house and you can tell me more about your foot. But anyhow, so at that, we've got a little bit of a presentation for you. So let me see if I can make sure I can get this working. Okay, can you all see that?
I see JJ.
I see. There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, there he is. There he is.
There it is.
So we're gonna start with a little bit of an explanation. So Brad was like the master of automation, and he had a software package called Hotkey, and he could duplicate, he can mass produce, he can get multiple jobs done at the same time. And I don't know if Brad remembers this, but he got a new PC, and security had come to me and basically said they had concerns over this product, and they had asked that we tell Brad that he can't use his hotkey. Needless to say, he made it very apparent and clear to both Bruce and I that he can't live with without the hotkey. So we went and got him an exception so that he would have his hotkey. But now, occasionally, with his hotkey, he could get himself into a little bit of trouble, and things didn't always go the way it planned. And sometimes the wrong configurations got to the wrong places. And I've got a couple pictures that we're going to go through of just little mishaps that Brad created with his hotkey. So here's the first one.
I wonder
you
who
guys
was
thought
the
it was
cause
the
of that.
snow, but it was really Brad's hotkey that brought the dome down.
We thank you because it got us target field. And
In a game in like Detroit. So the next one's just another situation that his hotkey caused. And Casey can appreciate this as him being a fireman, right? So
I think there's Casey on the call right now.
Yeah, that's, if you look through the smoke, you'll see me.
yeah, I think so. We got another one.
Oh dear.
You guys, this is he shut down Texas, right?
Yes.
Windmills, right? Okay, then I've got one more for you.
Oh dear.
And we just keep going.
Krakatoa.
Uh-oh. You guys find out about that, huh?
It was in the logs.
Yes. Open View caught it. Or Solar Winds caught it. I'm sorry.
Oh
dear.
dear. Boy, the scripts were working without me.
And then here, this is Minneapolis. He took the lights down.
It's okay.
On to me.
Lights went out. Lights went out in Minneapolis.
Another aspect of Brad, for anyone who sat around him, he basically was always working out in his cube. He had one thing or another. His cube was just cluttered, and he was always trying to maintain that specimen of a body he's got, working out in his cube or one thing or another. And he had a lot of imagination. So we got one of him while he's working out. Oh, wait, we missed one. There we go. One more of the hotkey.
Yeah. I love it.
How come? Isn't the ball supposed to be in the bounce ball supposed to be underneath you?
Remember that? You guys,
Yes.
you guys who know what I'm talking about. The next one. So I get a call from our Cisco rep, and I think it was Bill Blackwell. And this is, Brad always would use the force, and he would escalate within Cisco. I think he, by far and away, had the record for how many tech cases he had opened. I don't know. I could ask Bruce or Brad to clarify that, but he definitely would not hesitate. He knew we paid him millions of dollars, and he had no quorums about escalating. In fact, I get this call that he had escalated to the very top of the food chain. I get a call from Bill Blackwell, somewhat concerned because I don't know. He sent Chambers an email or something, and it's because of the way he went at it, it got all the way to the top. So we got a lot of activity and a lot of concerns, and I had to calm him down and say, you know what, I can't fault Brad for really wanting to solve the issue. But at the end of the day, he and Chambers walked away from it, and they were both happy.
I wish that was my body.
Brad, I just like the hat you're wearing.
It must have been around Christmas, right?
I only had 2 pictures of Brad, and he was wearing that hat in both of them.
He took up. Well, he may have always been an avid hunter, but he was. There was a while that the club at I guess we were probably Intertech when the skeet and trap shooting started, and he would get together and shoot the clay pigeons, and being told he was quite a shot. I'm a little disturbed by this next picture, but I guess at the same time he's shooting, he's decided to get rid of some of the old inventory that had to get rid of anyhow. And Brad, you just wear that hat everywhere.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I recognize
Jim, is
that router.
Is that the router from Ada?
Yeah,
router
right?
from Ada.
What do you guys recognize that router? Is that an AGS Plus or?
It's a CGS.
CGS.
Oh, dear.
Because that's the just the 2U chassis. That's a small chassis. No, that's this one. That one predates Ada's. Ada was a 2500.
Yeah,
Another
I don't
thing.
think I've ever even seen one of those.
Another thing that was constant, and Bruce is on here, right? Bruce, you with us?
Which Bruce?
Zimmerman. Did he make this?
No, I'm here. I just couldn't find the mute. I couldn't find the mute button.
So again, this kind of goes back to letting you know really what kind of person that Brad is, because he was always looking out for the other guy, right? Just like he got me this job at the state. I mean, he was always trying to help other people and promote their abilities. And so at countless occasions, I would get this call, and I know Bruce would get him too, where he would have somebody, and it was someone who, you know, was extremely gifted, and we just had to hire him. We'd have to remind him we can only hire when we're posting, but he was constantly coming up with names and people that he wanted to recommend to us. And literally at all hours of the night, I'd get a call from Brad, say, hey, I just met this guy, and this guy we got to hire. So not all of them really had the skill sets that we needed for the job, but you know, he was, again, it just goes to tell you who Brad is, that he was always trying to help folks out. I've got a couple pictures of some of the people that he represented to Bruce and I as great hires. So here's one of them. Oh, what the heck happened there? Wait a minute. Wait. Something went haywire on me. Hang on.
All right. I was going to say that I thought Bigfoot was a myth, but I guess not.
Were you using Auto Hockey to do that presentation?
Hang on. I'll get it. Okay. Oh, this one I screwed up, but hey, so you guys know that he's a big avid pickleball player.
Mm-hmm.
So he told me, you know, you can use pickleball to influence friends. So here's just a picture of Brad with some of his buddies. I don't know if this was in Florida, Brad, or.
I'm not seeing the picture.
You gotta share your screen again.
Oh shit! Well, then he didn't. Then I didn't blow it. Hang on, because this will be better this way.
This will be better this way. It's always better this way.
Okay, we ready?
Yep. We're ready. Oh, look at this.
Look at that.
I'll be danged.
That hat does a great job keeping the sweat off your brow, Brad.
I know.
Yeah, it even keeps that hat at the pickleball stuff. So, all right. So now back to the folks that he recommended for us to hire. So here's just a couple of them. Oh no, this. Oh dang it! There we go.
Oh yeah, I remember him.
Yeah, he was a good guy.
And here's another one.
Yes, he was. Oh yeah.
Is that the guy from the Oak Ridge Boys or something?
Here's one more.
Oh.
But with all that said, we did miss on one that Brad recommended. That you know what, we both kicked ourselves. We should have figured that once in a while he was right. And it's not this fellow, it's the next guy.
Nice tats. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah. Oh, that's where you got your degree, Brad.
Yes.
Honorary degree from Albert Einstein. That's good.
All right, now I'm gonna have to stop on sharing because I wasn't as organized as I'd like to be.
That's hard to believe.
Right? So now we're going to go to, we would often get these calls from Brad, and we should have saved some of the recordings, but he was always trying to, help his neighbors and things of this nature. And he always had a good reason for not being able to maybe complete a task or something really outside of his control had taken place. So hang on.
Was that when he tried to get 10 gig to Halleck?
Did he do that? Tell.
Well, they're still working it. I wrote up all the configs, though. They're ready to go.
Yeah.
Jason and Dan Flowers helped me with that.
Hang on.
If I remember right, Brad actually was the first person to ever say to a teacher, "The dog ate my homework." I believe he was the very first person to ever do that.
Exactly. And I think that was an excuse for him to not, something you needed him to get done, but he couldn't get it done, right?
Right. Yep. The next time he left it on the stove and turned the burner on, and that happened. That's what happened the second time. But first time it was the dog.
Well,
That was in like 1892 or so.
Well, yeah, he was a rookie. He was just a rookie at the state.
Hang on. Well, that's an actual picture. So we thought he was kidding, but there's the dog eating his paperwork.
You gotta share it
You're
again.
not sharing.
Oh, dang it.
Oh, jeez. Saturday Night Live made skits about this stuff.
Hide sharing options.
Anyone recording this stuff for Jim's retirement party?
Yeah, right. Share content. What's going on here?
What's going on here? Sounds like my granddaughter. What's going on here?
So what was the Saturday Night Live skit, Joe?
Well, where they do it, where they can't present what they want to present. Everybody's talking at once. Somebody says, "Oh, your camera's not set right. Oh, you're over here. You're muted." Everybody's saying the common things, but obviously they can't get the meeting going at all because nobody can operate Microsoft Teams.
Well, you know what? I'm stuck.
And everybody's
Can you
giving
just try to share
suggestions
your
to the guy.
screen, Jim? The screen that your stuff is on rather than the content?
Yep, that'll do it.
There we go.
Okay, so we'll get you through it.
Oh dear. No wonder the mail was.
Here's the dog sharing event, and then another time we get a call from him, and he's always helping his neighbors. So Next time we get a call, he says his neighbor's vehicle is broke down. It's early in the morning. He's got to give him a hand, and then he'll be into work. And so here we got a picture of that.
That's right.
He always
And-
has the beer.
Yeah, and Nicole, and I guess I thought of this one. If this is first thing in the morning, I think of Tommy Wolberg, and Tommy always said you can't start drinking. You can't drink all day unless you start first thing in the morning or something like that.
That's right.
Um,
to live by.
right? And then I guess in one more story that Bruce and I had is that during this COVID stuff, and even prior to COVID, Brad always was doing deliveries, home deliveries to Kmart, deliveries to Fleet Farms and everything. In fact, he had me hook up at a Lakeville Fleet Farm. He calls me and says, "Hey, you got to pick up this router. You're going to meet a guy by the gas pumps at 5:30. You know? I don't know if he's told me to put shades on. I mean, I felt like I was doing a drug deal, but he definitely was always delivering. Bruce and I had to ask him to stop doing this, right? And we don't go to people's houses. We don't make midnight deliveries, but really it goes back to him and his customer service. We thought we had stopped it, but I'll jump ahead to this picture, and we've got one where we've caught him again doing a home delivery.
I'm just here to help, man.
Yes.
And he's got the hat on.
Yes. Still got the hat on.
So
Jeff, you made the most out of that one picture, I got to say.
There was two pictures actually. There was one other angle, but yeah.
So other than I didn't have my slides in order, that's what we've got for you, Brad. You know what? You always had a great sense of humor, and you always were there, and you always worked hard. So we can't thank you enough, and we hope you have great retirement, and we hope that foot heals fast so you can get on that pickleball court.
Well, thank you very much. You know, I do have a couple of regrets. I wish I would have hit it a lot harder on the books and done more in-depth stuff. But you know, working there was your job's only as good as your boss. In my case, boss is. And I always told every new boss, my job is to keep your boss away from you. And all the replies were, "Thank you." I want to be honest with you. Since I've started there and I've watched the progression of this department, I am absolutely proud to say that it is a terrific department with extremely talented people that we're saving the taxpayers millions of dollars. And as time goes on, you're hiring, like the guy that you just hired. I think his name is Adam. I mean, he really knows what he's doing, and that happens only through good management and a commitment to the state and the customers. And I have seen nothing but that since I've been there, and I'm absolutely proud to say that one, I had a hand in getting Jim Johnson the job there, and two, watching the growth of this department has been phenomenal. And I'm just glad I was part of it, and I wish you all the best.
Okay, Brad. So this is Joe Sandberg. Take this in the humor in which it is given. At least I didn't see that hat January 6th at the Capitol.
You weren't gonna see it, man.
Okay.
The whole thing's rigged. I don't even bother with politics anymore.
Okay.
Hey, Brad, you do realize you don't have to suck up anymore. You've already retired.
Well, yeah, I know.
No,
that.
that's a joke.
And the guy speaking, John Hines, the Barney of Mission Impossible at our job. God, I can't figure. Give it to John. He'll figure it out. Next thing you know, he's got those fiber routers up, and I thought, oh my God, what a great opportunity for him. So, you know, it's just been wonderful, and I have the highest regard for the people I worked with and the management. It just doesn't get any better than that.
This is Joe again. One other thing I'll tell you, Brad, where I messed up. Make sure they take taxes out of your Social Security. Otherwise,
yeah,
you'll get a
I
nice
did.
big bill.
Well, you didn't know that I was beaten and quartered over at the tax department before when I had my own business and we didn't pay sales tax. You make sure you pay your taxes right up front, baby. I just said, I don't want to hear from you again. So, oh yeah, pay them taxes. I love all those pictures. Those are great. Thank you for the effort on this.
Who's that guy?
Oh, and you know, I do have a couple of stories about people that amazed me. I was asking Russ Riley about QoS, or not QoS, but MPLS. And he goes, if you look in that book on page 350, it's right there. I said, what? So I go over there and look at, holy shit, it's right there. I said, this isn't fair. Or I was trying to troubleshoot a problem just a few weeks ago, and I spent a couple hours. I said, I got to get Dan Flowers on the phone here. In less than 2 minutes. Oh yeah, it's over here. I would have never clearly seen that. It was just bang. It was done like that. I was very impressed, and the rest of you guys are just like that. I mean, it's that good. So, hats off to all you. And it was an honor. Joe Sandberg, when I first started working there, you know, was helping me out, and he was extremely patient and always was there for me and had plenty of time when I needed it. And then after about 10 years, I didn't need his help anymore. I could figure it out. And then one other person was Jan. I trained her for 3 months. Then in the end, she got to do more stuff than me. It was very, you know, very proud that the teacher got ran over by the student. And there's just been so many other things that have happened that I always remember. And, you know, it was a good job. And anyone who complains about working there, either you got a bad boss or you ain't been around enough. And I was around plenty. And this is by far the best place I've ever worked.
Brad, how many years did you work at the state?
21.
Happy work?
21 years and 5 days, or, you know.
But who's counting?
Yeah.
21 years. That's fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
You still have that weight vest thing that you wear once in a while to work?
Yeah, I wanted a picture of that.
Oh, yeah, it's out in the garage.
I suppose it's pretty baggy now on you.
You wore that in, and I don't know if it was Dan or Casey that came to me to say, "Hey, you better check out Brad. Make sure those aren't an explosives on that vest."
You just wanted to make sure he wasn't, that was the day.
I might have. I want a picture of the running parachute. That one was better.
I don't know that one.
Yeah, Brad, you still have it?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't have any photos, but you know, I know you guys were a little concerned because when I got committed to something, I really got committed.
Hey, nobody knows that more than I do. So
that is true.
Hey, Brad, one thing I will say, you were a great storyteller. You were a great relayer of information. The Rotary stories were priceless to me.
Oh yeah. And
I mean,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Keep going.
Well, he was just a kind of guy that Jim and I knew, and he was a sincere guy, and he was loyal, and he was just the best. He's really responsible for my career, and I'll be forever grateful for that. I mean, now I didn't even know when I first started working here. I didn't know I had a pension. I remember the letter shows up, and I go, "You're vested." I go, "Well, what am I?" I called Jim. I go, what does this mean? I'm vested in what? He goes, "You didn't know you had a pension?" I said, "No, I've been a hustler so long that I didn't bother to read all the paperwork and what my benefits were. So thank you." And today it's a major reason I'm able to retire. It really is. And you know.
Didn't you come in on Veterans Day?
I
one-
was just gonna tell
I
that
did.
story, John. So I get a call at like 8 o'clock, 8:30 in the morning, and Brad's like, "What's going on? Where is everyone?" I don't know if it's President's Day or Veterans Day. I'm like, Brad, it's a holiday. He goes, "Well, no wonder I got that spot right up front."
I do have another story. When I first started working there, I double jumped 2 switches together,
Yeah.
and I'm sitting there in my cube, kind of go, wow, this is pretty smart. I got this thing working. All of a sudden, I look and there's one set of eyes. It's Marty looking over my cube like that, whatever it was in World War II they always had. Then there's Jason, and then I think John Hines, and they said, are you doing something in your cube here? We got some errors, and we're tracking it right down to you.
I think Dan Hook and I were there too, Brad.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know. There was a whole crowd of people. It was tough to tell who was there. And yeah, I was trying something creative. I won't do that again.
Created a spanning tree problem on our land.
Yeah.
All hell's breaking loose, and we're like, figure it out.
And I'm sitting there thinking, wow, that was pretty smart.
Tied 2 different networks together.
Right. Right. There was another one too. Oh, I was.
It only took you like 15 years to live that one down, right, man?
But I was a good sport about it. And then I remember being a Windows bigot, and Jason goes, "Well, Brad, I don't think you're right about that." I said, "Yeah." About 2 months later, please forgive me. Sorry, I didn't know what I was talking about. So there were a lot of other things like that, or some people would just howl when Bick and I would converse about stuff, and it was just a lot of fun. And then Tom Teisberg and Fran, when we were all there together, I hate to admit it, we got no work done because it was just nothing but laughs. And Teisberg gets the thing rolling, and the next thing you know, you're going home.
Well, Brad, this is Joe. I think I'll go chase a few grandchildren, but good luck.
Well, thank you very much. Maybe we'll see you on the pickleball court.
There you go.
I don't know if you ever come over toward, do you know where Island Lake School is?
Yes, I know where that is.
Yeah. We play all the time out there. They got 6 courts.
Well, Joe's an athlete. Give him a call. He'll come play pickleball.
What time is it, Brad? Every day?
Yeah, almost at 1 o'clock. It's a good time to come over.
Okay, I'll look it up.
All right.
I'll be the one in the Twins hat.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Bye-bye.
So Brad, before we depart, I did this at Brad Cornell's. So can you see this?
Yes.
All right, this is for you, buddy.
Thank you.
There you go.
I got scotch in mine. No, I'm just kidding.
Casey and James have already been gone for about an hour now. So.
Don't tell anyone I was drinking on the job.
No.
Damn it, Dave.
No. So all the best to all of you. And I wish you continued successes. And there was one more story I had.
Yeah, let's hear it.
I got so pissed at the St. Paul Pioneer Press that this guy was complaining about license plates. Finally, I called him up. I said, listen, are you aware of the hundreds of successful projects we've had here? Do you know how good these people are? And they keep this network running, and we rarely have outages. Oh, wait a minute. That's not news, is it? And he said, if you want to complain about these people on a piece of crap software, that's fine. But I'd like you to come down and take a little tour with Jim Johnson here, the director, and he could show you all the good stuff we've done. I think, Jim, you're still waiting for that call, but
it makes me remember another time where you caused a commotion. You show up at the office, and Phil Krinke, who was down on, I think we were OET or Intertech, and you say, come with me. I got an interview with you we have a meeting with Phil Krinke, he's a head of a committee, I think the technology committee. And so I'm like, okay, Brad, wait a minute. I run upstairs and I let Sarah Slaughterhoff and Gopal Khanna know, and they're like, well, I guess you have to go, but be careful with what you say. So he was always dragging me into messes. We show up, and this guy's a head of technology. He's got no PC on his desk. His admin assistant reads his emails and then writes down and responds back for him. He doesn't even answer emails. But yeah, Brad was always dragging me into one thing or another.
You didn't mention, Jim was saying, we do a great job in this and that. And I finally looked at Jim. I said, Jim, hang on. I said, Phil, do you think it would be good for your career if the citizens found out that you kicked us out of here that's doing everything for about $50 an hour and we're getting charged $2.50 an hour? Do you think that'd be good for your reelection campaign? That bill was gone just like that.
And now you guys know how he got all the way to Chambers.
Yeah. Well, Bick and I testified in front of the Senate committee, and what was so fun about that it was Unisys that was going to try and get the job, and the guy, I just couldn't stand this scumbag from Unisys. That his name was Dan something, and we thwarted Bick, Mr. Research, found out everything about these companies. They were all related. And I could just see him out in the crowd, and his head was completely red. He was going nuts. And then after that, this lady walks up to me. I can't remember her name now. She was our CIO for a little while. And she goes, well, you and Mr. Bick presented yourself very well in front of these people. And I don't know if they're going to listen to you, but thank you very much. And do you remember her name? I don't remember her.
That was the military lady, right?
No, I think it was before that. It was a lady who came from Minnesota State Colleges and Universities. Was that Parnell?
Something, right?
Carolyn Parnell?
Carolyn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
But I can't tell you how gratifying it was to look at that scumbag's face and knowing I was trying to do something to save our jobs. And Bick was instrumental in all the information. So it was a very, very good thing.
I don't know if I ever heard that story.
Oh, well, when I don't tell you about everything.
Right.
But I always had our best interest in mind, and so that's the way I work. If it's good for me, like you say, you're always selling, and I always was interested in getting the best for us and the taxpayer. So,
all right, sir. I think we'll kick you loose, and I'll be in touch because I got something to drop off for you, and I'll make sure you get the card. I don't know what email I've got, but I'll get it to you.
But what I thought was hilarious is the other day, right after the surgery, about 2 hours later, I got two giant Percocets in me, and Jim calls me, "How you doing?" I don't know, man. He said, "Well, don't be taking too many of those things." So. All right. Well, thank you all so much. I wish you all the very best, and life treats you well, and we go from here.
Happy retirement.
Congrats, Brad.
Happy retirement.
Congrats, Brad.
Congrats.
Happy retirement, Brad.
Best of luck, Brad.
You'll be missed.
Have a good one, Brad. Congrats.
Just for the humor part.